Hello, and thanks for coming out tonight. Today I'm going to be talking about whether gun possession is helpful or not. Violence is an act that is performed with a person or several people using some sort of weapon or other tool to assist them. Usually, that tool is a gun, and they are allowed to have it. However, people are using those guns for the wrong reasons and just not for their protection. Unfortunately, innocent lives are being taken more than them using the guns for self-defense. Every day people are getting killed because the wrong people are getting a hold of those guns. In every state, the gun possession laws are different. However, there are some out there that use their right to have protection, but for the wrong reasons. Guns are something that are used for either protection or violence. According to the Penn Medicine of 2012, the first gun was made and gave its first appearance in the year 1424. Since then, guns have been used for war, hunting, and overall possession in the homes, and more starting in the 1900s. Since then, there has been many different forms of guns made, as well as the laws that comes with them. One would think that guns would only be used for self-defense, war, or to catch an animal in the woods, but many use them in ways that injure others intentionally. In my hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the gun possession laws are in effect. LIRN of 2010 states that the gun possession laws qualify for people that take classes to learn how to use them, background checks, frequently asked questions, and more. In Wisconsin, just this past week, there was a shooting at the Sikh temple, taking 7 lives and injuring 3. This was a devastating shooting to my city of Oak Creek, and as the gunman came into the temple, affecting many lives with what he did. It is still under investigation of where he got his weapons from, but they do know that he was not certified to be carrying a gun at that time. They do say that if anyone else had a gun, there would be no chance that they would be able to fight back because it happened so quickly that the gunman was shot by a police officer immediately right after he fired. According to InfoWars 2010, Obama was for outlawing gun possession. When reading the article and watching the video, he talked about how the use of weapons would help prevent the killing and use of weapons against people. He is not just talking about Wisconsin, but the U.S. overall. He said that it would, quote, reduce crime and use of illegal weapons by 90%. With this being said, I agree and think that the reduction of possession of weapons to a certain extent would be very beneficial. Our president did hear about the shooting because it was considered a hate crime against the Indian culture. The gunman's past life was rough and had a hard childhood on him. This was a prime example of the dependence on where you live, how you live, and where you're raised, and more effects on an act or will act. Investigators always take into consideration the mental state of the person that committed the crime, which can affect on why it happened. 2 weeks before the shooting in Oak Creek, another one arose in Aurora, Colorado. According to Wish TV, in 2012, the gunman entered the movie theater and used his weapons against the audience and had more in his car. The article states that the gunman was not in the right state of mind at this time as well, and he killed and injured many on that night. When doing some further investigations in the possession of weapons, I came across an article from Shelley Murray, 2010. They stated that in New York, gun possession comes with serious consequences. They give an example about a man, if he was convicted with a murder and had a gun on him to help him perform the crime, he would also be charged because he wasn't supposed to have the gun in his possession. So this clearly states that nobody should be carrying a gun on them unless they are at a higher authority. Of course, as time has passed and certain crimes have come to the U.S., the laws of gun possession in the states have changed accordingly. There are more lives being taken away than just the wrong people having weapons. We are continually getting in more danger of our lives being taken away as well because the crime rates are escalating. The gun possession laws, different states vary, but overall are a major consideration no matter what. Thank you for listening. What time is